Welcome to episode 283, Michael Kors, From College Dropout to King of Woman Handbags. This is an outline of episode 283. There are 3 reasons why we study Michael Kors. First, he's the King of Woman Handbags. Second, he's the world's first and only gay self-made billionaire. Third, he's a college dropout who built a fashion empire. Let us meet Michael Kors. He likes opinionated women.
It's interesting. I think when I was growing up, the 2 women who were always around were my mother and my grandmother. And my mom has very sort of classic, very chic, sporty taste. And my grandmother had very extravagant taste. So my mother liked things very simple, very casual, and my grandmother loved jewelry and color and print. And I think that I saw two women with very different kinds of style, and I think that my style is probably a blend of the 2. My mother and my grandmother were always very opinionated. So I learned that my favorite women to dress are very opinionated.
Michael Kors was born Carl Anderson on Long Island, New York in 1959. Kors' mother is Jewish. His father was of Swedish descent.
But when his mother married Bill Kors, she gave him the opportunity to choose a new name. He was 5 years old at the time and chose to be named Michael David Kors.
I grew up in a family where people loved fashion. My mom modeled. I had a grandmother who, although she was a teacher, she was fashion obsessed. My grandfather was in the textile business. I had an uncle who was in the fashion business. And I was an only child. The drawing and the love of fashion and my family in it all came together. My mom got remarried when I was 5. And I went with her. She had selected something to wear, a wedding gown. And I went with her for the fitting. And when they put the dress on her, I started making comments. And she listened to me, which is sort of crazy to listen to a 5-year-old, but I think she trusted my opinion. And the dress turned out to be a very beautiful dress.
At age 14, he made up his mind to do fashion.
Fashion when I was growing up, but then I was always drawing, but I was terrible at math, so I was never going to be an architect. And then I took acting lessons when I was a teenager, and I couldn't sing, I couldn't dance. It was not going to be a big success, although I love the theater and I love movies. And I think by the time I was around 13 or 14, I just made the decision that this was what I loved and this was my passion, and I never looked back.
How he dropped out of college at age 18 and how he got his first fashion line at age 21.
New York's Fashion Institute of Technology. He quit studying there after 9 months because a bigger opportunity knocked at his door.
When I was 21, I decided to put together my own collection under my own label. And the first person who wrote anything about me was Anna Wintour. And at the time, she was working at New York Magazine. And I think she was doing her predictions for the most important thing for the fall season. And I was her fashion prediction.
Bankruptcy in 1993 and how he was rescued.
Kors. It turns out that Idol, along with 2 partners, Stroll and Silas Chou, acquired Michael Kors back in 2003. The company was struggling. They had only something like $20 million in revenue. They paid a huge premium for it, close to $100 million. And since that time, Michael Kors has been one of the hottest stocks, one of the most exciting brands.
This is a picture of Stroll and Silas Chou, both fashion billionaires after the sale of Tommy Hilfiger.
In February 2014, Forbes noticed Michael Kors just as he hit the $1 billion mark with his fortune, after overcoming bankruptcy in 1993 and proving himself once more in the fashion and business worlds.
So Michael Kors is very strong in being jet set. That's their big policy and idea. The image behind the jet set brand is that you are always on the go. It's a very fast-paced lifestyle. It's basically based out of New York, how it's always the hustle and bustle and on the go. Most of his advertisements are going to include some sort of busy city or plane, helicopter, something like that. So
Michael Kors on reality TV.
Sign me up. I want something that's going to look like my waist fell. From top to toe, it's a mess. There's nothing right about this dress. The only possible accessory that she could use with this is a wand. It might have been nice if the blouse did not look like the back was eaten.
Well, yes.
Maybe the model's too thin and she just ate her outfit. I don't know.
You're a mess just standing. So, I mean, traveling, you're gonna just be like a homeless person.
We have crazy crotch. I think they might fit you better. But perhaps
Michael Kors got married in 2011 with his partner Lance Lapierre in New York. What have I learned today? 3 things. First, he's a prodigy, designing his mom's wedding dress at age 5, had his own fashion line by age 21. Second, he's a huge risk taker, dropped out of college after 9 months to pursue his dream. At age 34, he was bankrupt. Number 3, he reinvented his business with 2 billionaires, Larry Stroll and Silas Chou, and a new CEO. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Michael Kors 10 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.